On March 18, 2026, something happened that mainstream media barely touched. The US government quietly registered two websites, alien.gov and aliens.gov. But this wasn't a PR stunt. Within hours of that site going live on the internal server, the purge began. If the US government is finally ready to tell us the truth, why are the people who held that truth for decades suddenly vanishing? Tonight, I'm connecting the four pillars of a 2026 conspiracy so deep, it makes Roswell look like a weather balloon. From the disappearance of a two-star general to a hidden tax that's already hitting your bank account. I'm no longer asking if they are here. I'm asking, what's the price of the reveal? February 27, 2026, Albuquerque, New Mexico, the heart of the world's most secretive nuclear and space research. Major General William Neil McCaslin, a man who spent decades as the director of the Pentagon's most classified black space programs, walks out of his house and vanishes into thin air. He leaves his phone, he leaves his glasses, he leaves his life. He wasn't just a soldier, he was the commander of the laboratory rumored to house recovered technology from non-human crash sites. For years, leaked high-level emails identified him as the primary gatekeeper of the world's most guarded secrets. When a man of this rank disappears, leaving his phone and glasses behind, it isn't a missing persons case. It is a national security blackout. Why does a man with this level of security clearance, a man who literally knew where the bodies were buried, just disappear into the desert? Conspiracy theorists call this the McCaslin zero point. He was the bridge between the old cover-up era and the new disclosure era. Was McCaslin removed because he refused to sign off on a scripted fake disclosure? Or did he realize that aliens.gov wasn't meant as a tool for us, but as a beacon for them? But McCaslin wasn't the only one. Look at the timing. April 20, 2026, just 10 days ago. David Wilcock, one of the most famous and controversial figures in the UFO movement for 20 years, gone. The police report? He did it to himself. But here's where it gets chilling. David Wilcock was allegedly in possession of files from Amy Eskridge, the anti-gravity visionary who was permanently silenced back in 2022. Her untimely end came just days after she went public, claiming she was being hunted by both shadow contractors and non-human entities. In his final transmission to the world, just moments before his signal was cut forever, Dave left a coded breadcrumb that changes everything. It wasn't a goodbye. It was a warning. Whispers are now flooding the deep web that his final outgoing signal contained a warning They're desperate to scrub. The message allegedly intercepted moments before he went offline forever was just 12 words. The tax is the key. They aren't telling you about the debt. Now, let's talk about the money. Congress just moved to pass a record $1.5 trillion defense budget. But look closely at where the growth is. Some are claiming a new line item is hidden in the 2026 federal budget. Unidentified aerial infrastructure, UAI. Wall Street insiders are calling this the disclosure tax. Are American taxpayers going to pay for disclosure? Is this grapevine or is this the new reality? Think about it. Everything is interconnected. The websites, alien.gov and aliens.gov, the digital infrastructure to manage a panicked population, the tax, the financial buffer to settle the debts of the secret space program, the General McCaslin, the removal of the old guard who knew the real history, the researchers, Wilcock and Eskridge, the silencing of those who could spot a false flag. On April 5th, SETI reportedly received a signal from the Boötes void. 14 minutes later, some people claim something insane. The White House server for aliens.gov went live for exactly 3 minutes. Is the government disclosing the truth because they want to or because they have to? Or are we being prepared for an arrival in late 2026? The general is gone. The researchers have been silenced. The websites are waiting. And you're going to pay for it. What do you think? When is the UFO disclosure coming? When will the two sides be turned on? Drop a comment below before this video disappears.